Hola, my fellow 8 amigos, or hopefully more by the time this video is out, or maybe more due to this video coming out. What I want to say, please subscribe. Today we are going to talk about Urahara's past arc, or also known as Turn Back the Pendulum arc. Now, this arc, in a way, is probably the most important arc. And when I say the most important arc, I mean most important in a way, like this arc tells us about it tells us everything that we need to know about Aizen, Kisuke Urahara, Shinji, and Wizards. So, in a way, this is probably the most important arc, and my definitely second favorite arc out of all these. I don't know what happens in Thousand Blood Year War arc. Maybe this ranking will change. I don't know, but this arc is like very, very, very important for us. So if it's not obvious, yeah, it's going to be spoiler talk, so let's begin. This arc begins with, first of all, I would like to say, like, when this arc happened, like the moment this arc happened, we got to see Aizen in as a lieutenant, and Shinji as a captain, and Hiyori as a lieutenant in Soul Society. And I was honestly like, is this a filler arc, like a one shot filler kind of a thing? What if this happened or something like that? Because a lot of fillers were happening in Bleach now. So I was like, what is this a filler arc? But eventually, like after a few minutes of the first episode of the Turn Back the Pendulum arc, I was like, no, this is probably not a filler. It feels important enough to not be a filler. Maybe it is a past arc, and I really started enjoying it. It was a very short arc. Like, I don't know how many episodes was it. It was like 7-8 episodes, I think, right? Yeah, around that number. It was pretty short. I don't think it was even 8. I think it was 6 or 7, something like that. I don't know. It was a short arc, and I really wanted to see more of it. And probably that's why it's probably second arc, because if it was longer, it would be boring, or it would have been longer, it would have been more interesting. I don't know, but it was a pretty damn good arc. So I got to see Shinji, Hiyori as Soul Society members. That was pretty fun, and eventually when we got to see Kisuke, and like Yoroichi recommended him as the captain for, I think, what, the 10th division. I'm pretty sure he was the 10th division captain, right? Yeah, I don't remember the numbers. It's kind of my bad, I guess. I don't know. He was supposed to be the new captain, the previous captain, and he was supposed to be captain of Hiyori. Hiyori was that squad. Let's say squad 10, I think, was lieutenant of squad 10. So Kisuke becomes the captain of that squad, and before Kisuke is announced as the captain, we got to see Shunsui Ukitake. Unohana happens to appears in anime only. She doesn't appear in the manga, which is kind of weird because I don't know. Then we got to see Yoroichi and Aizen lieutenant and all that stuff discussing what happened to the squad 10 captain, and according to them, the squad 10 captain retired. No, not retired. Got promoted. Yeah, someone else was retired. Yeah. Squad 10 captain was promoted to North Central 46 Quad 0, which is something that I really want to see in the Thousand Blood Year War arcs. Quad 0, yes, finally, hopefully. So like Aizen was actually amazed, like his face when he realized that the old captain of Squad 10 was promoted to Squad 0. He was like something like that, I don't know. So like it's one of the few times like Aizen was actually shocked in the series. I think that genuinely shocked. Oh, I don't know. It seemed like it. We got to know that Kisuke is the new captain. Everyone was like, Shinji was like, oh, we got a slacker, and Rose was like, you're one to talk. So we obviously Shinji is a slacker. Who do you think is a bigger slacker, Kisuke or Shinji? I think Shinji is more of a slacker, yeah, right? Yeah. It's close, but it's not that close for me to think for 30 minutes. I think Shinji is more of a slacker. Yeah. So, out of all the captains, the most welcoming captain to Urahara was Shunsui. One of the reasons I like Shunsui also that we got to see the like Hiyori beating the crap out of Urahara again and again and again. And there was this one scene where Hiyori kicked Urahara on his shins. Okay, so and she like came running to the other part of the building, I guess, and she was like, "What the hell was between on his leg or something?" That is kind of weird because later on another scene happens where Hiyori like smacks her head on Kisuke, I think something like this. So in that case, Kisuke was damaged. Like he was like, "Ow, ow." But when she attacked him on his shins, he was not damaged at all. He didn't even feel it. Is there something on his shins actually which we haven't seen in the anime or the manga? Will it be revealed in Thousand Bloody? Is there something, or was it just that, like, when I first saw this scene, I was like, okay, Kisuke is so damn strong that a lieutenant cannot damage him in terms of physically attacking. But then the head thing happened, and I was like, this doesn't make exact sense. Let's see what will happen. Then eventually, all that shit happened. Kisuke took Hiyori to Maggot's Nest. Oh, Maggot's Nest. Now this is a part where we got a lot of information. A lot of information was that Kisuke told Hiyori that no squad, like captain of the 13 Code Guard squad, Gode 13, whatever you prefer, gets the opportunity to retire if that person, the captain, is gone for a while. There's an absence leave, but that person is not retired. So there's not a provision of getting retired. So I want to know what happened to the person who was supposedly retired. They don't mention that in the anime or the manga, that what exactly happens. Hiyori is also like and never gets an answer, probably, in a way. Like, there were 3 captains out of all the Gote 13 in the Turn Back the Pendulum arc which were having weird things. Like, one was promoted from squad 10. There was a squad 3 captain, I think, who died, whose replacement we don't have right now. So back then there were only 12 captains, and then there was one who retired. One was promoted, one was killed, and one retired. I don't know what to feel. Like, promoted one, okay, Kisuke handled that job. What happened to the retired one? Because Kisuke told us that's not a provision. And what happened to the killed one? Who killed? So what happened? I want to know. Also, I want to know, like in Thousand Bloody War arc, when eventually Hiyori interacts with the squad 0 member, her previous captain. I want to see that interaction too. Oh man, Squad 0 should be so fun, honestly. In a way, I'm actually excited. Squad 0, guys. Okay. Then they go to Maggot's Nest, where they get like attacked by the criminals and all that stuff. Here, Kisuke tells Hiyori something important, which was like the Central 46, the people who control the Serite, I guess, decide that anyone who is a potential threat, like he or she hasn't done anything to the Soul Society in any way or shape or form, but are potentially dangerous elements, are Captain Maggot's Nest. And Kisuke disagrees somewhat, in a way, like, I want to turn these dangerous elements and their dangerous abilities into assets, not liabilities, like he did with Mayuri, right? In a way, he turned Mayuri into an asset, like a pretty big one, captain level asset, and he does a lot of shit, which is like morally not good, but in terms of Serite, it's pretty good. Honestly, Go to 13, it's pretty good. So then we got to see Mayuri, and to be honest, out of all of my fellow 8s amigos, who you have probably seen this arc. Did you like the moment you saw Mayuri? Did you feel awkward in a way? Awkward in like when we first saw Mayuri, he has this crown thing up on his head, so his head looks quite a bit larger. And here, when he's in prison, he just has a small head because he doesn't have anything crown or thing like that on it, no hair or anything. So his head looks quite thin and quite small. So it actually looked kind of awkward to me when I was like, Mayuri, this is Mayuri, okay. Okay, okay. I was something like that. So we got to see Mayuri, and Mayuri was like, "No, I'm quite like happy with my lifestyle over here in this prison," which is something I can understand. It's kind of a comfortable lifestyle eventually if you get used to it. But Kisuke is like, "Nah, brother, we are taking you. If you will be second in my command," and Mayuri is like, "No, I don't want to be second in your command." But then Kisuke gives the special stick to him, which was, if I die, then you will be the head of research and development. So that was pretty good actually. And Mayuri was like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." And then we got to see. Then oh wait a second.
5 minutes later.
No, we got to see Little Geen also. Little Geen destroy. That was actually a good scene in the. Actually, in anime, I think blood was toned down quite a bit. But when I was reading the manga, the blood was quite a lot. That is way better paneling in the manga. Like it's better in the manga honestly because of the blood. So like that was actually pretty good scene, like where Aizen asked Geen like, "Oh, how was our third seed against you?" He was like completely hopeless, pathetic. "I'm a prodigy, you damn idiot." And Aizen was like, "Good." And I think he says something else, but you get the point. We got to see Kai and Shiba talking to Ukitake trying to hire him. In the anime, we get to see an extra moment where the girl who's serving them tea, gets charmed by Ukitake without Ukitake literally doing anything. He's not that attractive. Do you think he has charm? I don't know. I don't find him that interesting. Sorry, he's okay, whatever. Hopefully he becomes interesting. He has the potential, definitely. He's first of all, he's probably one of the strongest captains. So yeah, he has the potential also. That backs him up more. Then what else we got to see? How can I forget this? How can I goddamn stupid idiot? Okay, we got to see young Byakuya. Fuck. We got to see young Byakuya. Oh my god, that was such a good scene. Like Byakuya's grandfather comes back. Byakuya is like, he was like training and all that shit as usual, I guess. And eventually like Yoroichi comes, and Byakuya calls her cat monster, something like that, na? So cat free cat monster, something like that. So I think Byakuya knows that Yoroichi can turn into a cat or something like that, because to this day, before 1,000-year Blood War, we don't know how Yoroichi can turn into a cat. Like, it's never been explained. I love the cat Yoroichi. Honestly, I love the cat Yoroichi. But we haven't gotten an explanation whatsoever. So that was a good thing where Yoroichi took Byakuya's headbang, and this is the only time ever to this point we have seen Byakuya being a little bit cranky and talking like somewhat like a normal person, not being always so calm and being like, I will catch you. Wait there, Yoroichi, Shinoin, I will show you that my flash step surpasses even yours. And though probably definitely didn't catch Yoroichi. Back then Yoroichi was in her prime, and Byakuya was goddamn a kid, so obviously. Then I think we go back to, then another time skip happens, and I think this time skip is what, something like, oh, I don't know, a lot of years happen, few decades happens, and we got to see
One eternity later.
No. One more thing that I need to talk. In which Kisuke is like worried about his captain position in the Soul Society. and his relationship with Hiyori, and Shinji gives him words of wisdom, though they're words of wisdom from Shinji. Don't take them to the heart, Kisuke, honestly. And there's that thing that happens. How long are you going to watch it, Aizen? No. Let me do it one more time. I screwed it. How long are you going to watch this, Sosuke? And he rips the curtain out. And there's like Sosuke, Aizen. Oh, Captain, how long have you been knowing that I was here? And Shinji, as usual, is like, since you were in your mother's womb. And Sasuke is honestly like, bro, you're dumb as fuck. You just a goddamn idiot. I've been playing you for thousands of years, hundreds of years. Wake up to reality. I'm Sasuke Aizen. I am the main villain of the series. But obviously Shinji is too damn cocky, I guess. I don't know. Though still a badass scene, I won't lie. It's still a badass scene. Then the time skip happens and people are disappearing from their clothes, like actually disappearing. And Kisuke this gives Kisuke an idea, gives just how goddamn genius Kisuke is. He starts developing his prototype Regai so that people can, like according to them, Captain Urahara, that their bodies are not able to sustain themselves in the soul society. Their reishi is not able to sustain themselves. So Kisuke is like something like that. So Kisuke is like, I will give them this physical body so they which can contain reishi in it, so that they can sustain themselves and not disappear out of nowhere. That was not the case, but Giga was used later on way too much, which was good, I guess. I don't know. So then something important, like okay, I guess this is kind of important. Kensei happens and we got to see Shuhei. Kensei protects him. Shuhei gets inspired by 69. I don't know what's the importance of 69 in Soul Society. I know the importance of 69 in general. Wink wink. Then obviously they were like guarding this or the I don't know, uniforms of other Soul Society members. And then obviously that thing happens. Good scene actually, where people are getting killed. And Kensei was in the tent, and all of a sudden he listens to like people screaming. He goes out, he sees one of his members out. He thinks that he is the one who killed everyone, which right and left. And then he also, the member who he's seeing in front of him, he also is like and then he all of a sudden he kills he had a member with him. That person dies, and all of a sudden it's all black. The moment it got all black, I was like, Tosin, that makes. And immediately I was not able to process that information, but I was initially like, Tosin, this looks familiar. It was just for a second. That whole scene was probably for a second or two, and it was like over. Then we got to see like the Kisuke, who was like informed to come over there, and all the people like Gode 12 in this way honestly were gathered. And Yamamoto was like, Rose, Love, Shinji, who else? Not Urahara, she's too damn precious, I guess. Hachi, and I don't remember the name of Hachi's commander, the commander of Kido Corps. I don't remember his name actually, sorry. There was someone, Sunsui. So I don't know what Sunsui was going for here. Like, he saw Kisuke was worried. The moment he saw that, he said, it's not wise to send the commander or the commander, captain, whatever of the Kido Corps. Let me send my assistant, my lieutenant, Lisa. And I guess he was like, I trust Lisa more, so I want to help Kisuke, so that's why I'm sending Lisa, because it generally felt like his intention was to help Kisuke, though I don't know how having Lisa over there was going to be that helpful. I don't know. Then he gives pep talk to Kisuke. Hey buddy, Lisa is stronger, let's go, have a drink, get drunk, call it a night, everything will be okay by tomorrow. But Kisuke was too goddamn worried, obviously. Then he like decides to go. Let's call the Commander Kido Commander. Okay. Then the Kido Commander finds Kisuke, who was trying to sneak out of the Soul Society and go after Hiyori to help her. He had a whole black cloak which was like hiding his spiritual pressure, which the commander was. That's pretty impressive. Like, you don't get to see honestly how impressive Kisuke is in terms of mental capacity, because never get to see a lot of him again and again, and he's more of a gadgets guy. He just creates gadgets again and again and again, quite like Mayuri. No, not quite like Mayuri is more of a biological person. Kisuke can do both. Yeah, I don't know. So, and that shit happens. Kisuke goes over there. Kisuke like on the way, but before that we got to see what happens. Hiyori is like fighting for her life. Then Shinji arrives, and everyone sees that it's actually Kensei in a hollow form. By the way, the moment Yamamoto announced that these are the captains who are going to go, because before this I was not actually, I'm sorry, this is me being dumb, I guess. I was not focusing on the wizards that much. Like, I knew only two wizards by face. I knew Shinji by face, I knew Hiyori by face. Other than that, Love, Rose, Kensei, Hachi, I think I knew Hachi by face also. He was like, it's kind of hard not remember Hachi because he's like big, fat, pink hair. So yeah, so when this all happened, I was like, oh my god, something is going to happen now. They are going to turn into hollow. Something bad is going to happen to them over there. I was like, okay, something bad is going to happen. I felt so dumb, honestly. Don't say that I am dumb. So whatever you want to say it. But I was feeling so dumb. Oh my god. I was not genuinely giving any other wizard any like focus. They were not shown that much also, but I was like, I'm not interested in any of them, to be honest, that much. I already told you what I think of Kensei and Rose in my ranking, in the ranking of captains. If you haven't checked that out, please. It will help me out a lot, and you might like it, I guess. Okay, so that thing happens. Here everyone is trying to fight Kensei. No one is able to do shit. Eventually, Hachi is the one who is able to actually use Bakuro number 99, Keen, Forbid, right? Keen. So that actually puts Kensei down, like highest level Bakuro. Shot, damn it. But then his lieutenant comes out, whose name I don't remember, the green hair girl, annoying girl actually. Now things get difficult to handle because now they are again fighting and all that shit. There is this one scene that is actually really good, in which like when Shinsui, when he is like roaming around the Soul Society and he sees Aizen, that was a good scene. And it's like, okay, Lieutenant Aizen is also like worried and all. I'm not the only one awake. But after that, this one scene that happens that is pretty good. I think you guys can know what it is. He sees small Nanao, and Nanao is like, Captain Shinsui, where's Lisa? It's like reading what was it? Book reading time or something like that. And Shinsui is like, oh, Lisa is on a mission today. She will be back tomorrow. And now is like worried and all that stuff. And Shinsui is like, no, everything will be fine. And in between this conversation, we get to see Lisa getting beaten again and again. Like, it was a very good scene. Shinsui like, no, everything is going to be all right. She's strong. My Lisa is strong. And there we get to see Lisa getting beaten to hell. good scene, actually good. I actually felt sad because I like Shunsui and I know he loves those two people. Like Shunsui is one of the only few captains who is like a chill dude who, like, it genuinely feels like if I was a captain, I would probably be more like Shunsui. Like my juniors will probably kick me a little bit, I guess, to a limit. I don't know, whatever. I'll just like Shunsui. Okay, and then eventually, like like eventually they are able to manage all of it to some extent, but then Shinji is holding Hiyori and he says Hachi to heal Hiyori, and Hiyori is like, Shinji, let me go. And Shinji, and then eventually Hiyori like white some stuff coming out of hollow stuff coming out of her mouth, and her holification has started. Then Tosen comes, everything goes black, blind, and everyone is get stabbed. Aizen reveal happens again, still one of the best reveals, though we know what was happening now. And he's with Tosen and smaller Gin, smaller but yet very sharp Gin. And then like Sasuke is like and Shinji is still again, he's like, I knew it was you since you were in your mother's womb, and bull crap, I guess. But come on, Shinji, at least get defeated with respect. And there's this one manga panel, I don't know how this looks in the anime, but there's this one manga panel where Shinji is like lying down with blood, somewhat blood on his body, but he's lying down like a snake in a way. And it's such a weird manga panel. He looks disgusting in a way, like weird also. I don't know, he just looks very like snakily weird. Weird manga panel. I don't remember how he looked in the anime. I hope he looked better because I don't remember while watching the anime, oh my god, that looks weird. But when I was reading the manga, I was, oh my god, that looks very weird. So then obviously Sasuke, Aizen, why am I saying Sasuke again and again? Because of Shinji, I guess. No, Aizen tells him all of his, no, he doesn't tell him his plan. He was like, it's not worth it. He just, you are my test subjects and all that stuff, and he just explains a little bit of holification, I guess. In like indirectly he explains it. Then Kisuke happens. Now this is the biggest part in a way. Kisuke tries to attack Aizen from the behind. Aizen like lets go of him, and then everything like then we get to see all the interaction of two mega geniuses, where Sasuke is like Kisuke is like, oh, this is holification, and Aizen like, oh, you, and Shinji is like, how the hell does he know, and all that stuff. And they try to capture Aizen, like the commander corps guy, he tries to capture Aizen, but Aizen is what, Bakudo 89, I think he was like Bakudo 80. The way he says this, oh my god, said this, it was so goddamn good in the English dub. Like during all this time, during all of this arc, we got to see Aizen, and he was just so calm. Always, he was never like or angry. He was always calm and like polished, sophisticated. Like during, like, even when he was interacting with Shinji before all of this, he was like, it's just a normal ceremony. I don't need to do all that shit and all that stuff. He was always calm, and when that attack happens, I don't know what happens, but Aizen is like Bakudo number 89 something, and this is a Bakudo that stops every like Kido Hardo spell 89 or lower. It's a pretty damn OP Bakudo. I don't, god damn, it has a cool name also. I don't remember the name. Bakudo number 89. God damn, I don't remember the name. Then obviously Kisuke tries to save them. It gets framed by Aizen because he was using his Kyokasu Getsu. He was already showed himself to Shinsu and countless other people in the Soul Society. Kisuke is like, this is probably the first time we saw Kisuke like something like scared, confused, defeated in a way. He was like, and obviously then Yoroichi, being the best girl, comes and rescues Kisuke, and all the dead wizards, unfortunately. Wait a second. The wizards died, right? So Hogyoku brought them back. No, I remember. Oh my god, I remember Aizen during the fake Karakura also mentions this, na, that Kisuke wasn't able to understand what the Hogyoku does, but I understood what a Hogyoku actually does. It brings what one wishes into reality. So Aizen wished for immortality, being the strongest, so hence that. But Kisuke wished for the wizards to be alive. So Hogyoku brought them back to life in a way. Once Kisuke was able to understand it properly, I guess. That's pretty damn good. And Chad and Urahara also wanted like powers and shit like that. Their intrinsic desire to protect that manifested in whatever they wanted, I guess. Though Orime's ability is too damn OP, it never gets used. They should have never given her that ability. Should have made her healer at best. Not should have, never was used to her to any of its like maximum capacity. Like she can goddamn rewrite reality. She can turn back time. Her powers are too damn OP. Okay, should have been used, but if would have been used, it would have literally made this series in a way like Dragon Ball. Like due to Dragon Balls now, Dragon Ball suffers because there are no consequences. So hence, this would have also happened. To a much larger extent, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know. Hogyoku is also like a Dragon Ball, but instead of like 7 balls, you just need 1 ball, which is the Hogyoku. So all that shit happens. They go to that place where Yoruichi eventually trains Ichigo for him to get the Bankai, and Yoruichi brought the Gigai prototype Gigais also, and all that shit happens, and that's pretty much it. Then, oh my god, this is one of my favorite scenes of Bleach. All of this happens. Kisuke is like, we will do something, and just that shift of the angle happens, a new scene, and we see wizards and Shinji rolling his hat and all shit like that and everything, and we see wizards and Shinji is like, Kisuke says everything will be as planned, but obviously it had to be the worst possible scenario to happen, and we owe Kisuke a lot. Also, we owe Aizen a lot. Let's go. And that scene is so good. I was so goddamn excited because before this arc happened, the captains were actually exhausted. Like they fought off the top 3 Espartas, and they were actually exhausted. Aizen was out, Gin was out, Tosen was out. Like things were looking a little bit black, not dark. I would say, like they were looking pretty dark actually. So they came back and they gave a little bit more of a hope, and their entry was so goddamn good. So like the best part, let's go, and they go. That was such a good scene. Also, one few things that I also wanted to talk about before ending the goddamn video. Hopefully this video will be less than 30 minutes. I don't feel like, I think I'm speaking for like at least 20 by now. That scene where what scene I was talking about? Captain, the betrayal that you can see coming is not the dangerous one. Actually, the betrayal that you don't see coming is actually the dangerous one. He says it much more elegantly and much more effectively, but bear with me. And also, like this arc was so important back because since the beginning of Bleach, we were like, Kisuke has a connection with Soul Society, because when Ichigo went into the Soul Society, like through that gate, which the name I don't remember, I think Garganta, I don't remember the name, the one with the cleaner, I don't remember the name. Kisuke tries to touch it and it repels him, a spark happens and he's like, oh, thought so, and he says something like that. And during the Soul Society also, Ichigo mentions Kisuke to Ikaku when he's like gives respect. He mentions it to then Mayuri also tells that Kisuke was the first captain. All that, I think Mayuri also mentions. I don't know, but Ikaku definitely mentions. Oh yeah, probably Ikaku mentions it. Like Kisuke was mentioned here and there also during the Soul Society arc. So like from the very beginning, we have been told that Kisuke has somewhat of an important past, something that we should know, we need to know. That's why probably this arc is so goddamn good. I don't know. It was a pretty goddamn good arc. The only thing I really wanted to see Little Kenpachi also, because he was not attending the meetings. Like, I think the Little Kenpachi was more of a rebel, I guess, because older Kenpachi, the one that we see, he still attends meeting when Yamamoto calls. This one didn't attend any meeting, like because other captains were like, as usual, he's not attending meetings with Squad, and Squad 11 is out doing their shit, I guess. So I don't know. Wait a second, guys. Was this Kenpachi our Kenpachi? It feels like this was our Kenpachi, but they said it is a kid. And our Kenpachi is not a kid back then when he was a member, like a captain of Soul Society, because we got to see Kenpachi's flashback where he meets Yachiru and all that stuff. Back then he was just like a caveman, something like that. He was not at all a member of society, and he was a big person back then. Okay, I don't know who was the Kenpachi back then. Sorry, I don't know actually. Sorry. So let's end the video on this note. I don't know anything. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, literally anything, hopefully something good, and I will see you next time. Bye.